Morning guys, welcome back to our off-grid homestead in North Idaho. It looks just like we left the last video. We're back, it's a few days later. We got a lift again. This is actually a smaller lift. This is only their 34-foot lift, not the 50-foot. So we'll have to move it around a little bit more, but we're ready to get back up on the roof and hopefully finish roofing this guy today. If you didn't see our last video, this right here is the metal roofing that we're using. It is black. This right here, this short piece is actually for this section right here. There's a 4-foot shed roof off of the front just to give it a little bit of style. And then we've got some of these parts over here. The ridge cap right here. We've got drip edge right here for the front part. And then this is also another piece for that front small roof. I don't exactly know what that piece is called, but once we get to that stage, I'll show you how it works, okay? We've also just picked up the house wrap. So hopefully, we've got the lift for 2 days this time. And so hopefully, we'll be able to also get this part up here sheathed, get the house wrap up on the high parts so that we need the lift for to do that. Or at least that'll make it a lot easier and safer. We gotta put the harness on for safety.
It's actually your diaper.
Yeah, it's kind of like a funny looking jockstrap. Wearing my tennis shoes instead of my boots because they're way more grippy. And they really hold on to the roof a lot better. Got some new insulated gloves. And I really prefer leather gloves, but these are super grippy. And so your arms don't get as tired holding the metal roof because you barely even have to squeeze it and they just like grip that metal. So anyway, so we're using these today. Time to head on up, get on the roof, and then you guys will send the metal up. Yeah?
We sure will.
Alrighty.
Walk me home in the midnight hour, while the world lays low under midnight power. In the crow black, in the Bible black night, so sacred and so would you be?
Making good progress on the roof so far. Check it out. Just got to do the ridge cap there and finish off this little bit right here. Probably 3 more sheets and then a cut one for the end because it's not quite a full length there. Jules and Seth are down there sending up the sheets, and check out the nice view today.
What the mind don't see, the eye doesn't understand. So be my glow in the shadow of the shadowland. In the crow black, in the Bible
We're gonna go ahead and cut the last piece of metal here. We've got to cut it off at 24 3/4, which is going to be right in the middle of this one right here. We got this one cut. We'll go ahead and put it on the lift, then I'll go back up there and we'll finish screwing this guy off. Maybe then we'll take some lunch. It's now time to prepare the ridge caps for going up on the roof, and this foam right here, we're going to attach it to the ridge cap before we take it up onto the roof. So basically, it's this big foam right here, and it's got a sticky back, and so we're going to stick it onto the bottom of the ridge cap. I had to switch back to my old gloves because those other ones, they did grip the metal like really good, but because they were so like rubbery and they felt almost a little small, it took a lot more strength in your hand to use them, like fighting against that rubbery smallness, even though they were double extra large. I don't know, but these ones are working good. All right, let's see how it should fit. Initial fit. Oh, Oh, beautiful. Look at that. It's cool, huh?
Yeah, looks good.
Sun's like right behind me, huh?
Yep.
Okay, we got one on there.
Hey Seth, could you go close the damper?
Yeah.
There's a lot of smoke right now. Thank you.
And that one right there, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. It's coming along, man.
Yeah. Looks great.
Coming along.
Now we have a beautiful sunny day to do it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we'll just put these two here and we'll get it all laid out, and then I'll come back and screw it all the way down, but just to hold it in place in case we make some mistake or somehow it gets off, then we only have a couple screws that we have to take out. So we'll tack it down and then we'll come back and screw them all in. So it turns out that the ridge cap for this roof, which is a 612 pitch, is actually about a foot short. I don't know how that happened. Maybe we were shorted, or maybe we just didn't order enough. I don't know for sure, but thankfully we have a little bit left over, this much, about 6 feet of the ridge cap for the house, but that's a 912 pitch. But it's the exact same, it's exactly the same except for how steep the bend is on it. So I think we're gonna be able to squish it down and actually make it work. So that's what we're gonna try, because if we try to order another piece of ridge cap, it's going to take until at least Friday for it to get here. And I think we're supposed to get snow this weekend. So we're just gonna try to make this work. Done up on the roof, which is good. Look at the sun. It's almost ready to set. Like, 15 more minutes maybe.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Uh-huh.
how much do you like being on the roof?
3, maybe. It's like my least favorite job on the homestead, roofing. Maybe you're wondering what time it is that the sun's setting here on the homestead. It is 3:10, and the sun is already behind the mountain, and it's starting to cool off. But we're gonna keep working until maybe either we finish that side over there with the foam, or we run out of light. One of the two. We're gonna need to take out, we have 1 screw per panel that was just holding them straight. So we'll take that out, we'll lay the foam underneath it, and then we'll screw it down. Yesterday, as the sun was setting, we finished screwing down the eave edge of the roof there. And so now the roof is completely watertight, sealed up, and good for winter. There's still some trim pieces that we want to put up there for the spring, but we're really just trying to beat the weather and get this stuff done while we can get in here with the lift. So today we're going to be working on sheathing the gable ends and hopefully the eave ends, depending on how much time we have and how long it actually takes. There was 28 inches, and I'll show you I'll show you how we do it anyway. How we are gonna cut the OSB so that it goes at the right angle with the roof. Hopefully we don't mess it up because this stuff's not cheap. What we're trying to do is when we put this OSB up there, we've got 28 inches of straight edge here, and then we'll have a cut like this at a 6/12 pitch. So that's what we're trying to duplicate right now. It's that angle. We'll mark 28 inches here. We'll mark 28 inches down here. Then we'll do a chalk line. We've got our chalk line all the way across here, and we want to measure out 3 feet. So we come out here 3 feet. Mark that. And we'll just use this big square here because we have it. But you could do it with the chalk line also. All right, so we've got that line here. Now, if it works, it'll work good. But what we're trying to do is, we came over 3 feet this way, and it's a 6/12 pitch. So for every foot, we come up 6 inches. So 6 times 3, 18, yeah? Mm-hmm. It's 18. So we just come up here, we go 18 inches, right here. Right there. Okay, now we'll do a chalk line going from here through there, and that will be our cut angle. So this right here should be our angle that we're going to cut, and we could verify that by just coming over 1 foot, say. Go right here, 1 foot, and that should be 6 inches. And look at that, 6 inches. Moment of truth here. Go ahead and set this guy up here. At least we'll try and see if it's gonna fit. That'll close that up.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna need your hand though.
Nail it in.
Yeah. We've almost got the east gable wall done. We've got this little piece right here that we pre-cut to put in there. It just fit a second ago. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Look at that. Bam, baby. All right, we got the OSB done here on the gable end. So the next thing we need to do is actually go in to the apartment and finish cutting out the windows. There's about 6 inches we need to cut off of the top there. Then we can put the house wrap on. So we just cut out the first window there. So you can see, bigger now than this one. So what we're gonna do is just cut out the rest of these windows. That way when we cover it with house wrap, when we come back to cut it, it doesn't just tear up the house wrap later. So we'll do that, make it better for the future.
we burn has a flame. From foolish to wise, we all bruise the same. Now I got these growing pains. When the storm wind blows, I'm the weather vane. Now I'm made with what remains. A thick skin, knowing it's just growing pain.
We got this side here done, sheathed and house wrapped. You see the floppy sides over there? That's because we're gonna bend those around and overlap it on the house wrap that goes down the south and north side of the house, but we got sheathing to put on the top, so we can't really wrap that around and staple it yet. Let's head around to the back and we'll start sheathing the back side, or that would be the west side.
From foolish to wise, we all bruise the same.
Got it.
I got these growing pains. When the storm wind blows, I'm the
We need to cut that first one at 42 1/4 at the proper angle.
thick skin, knowing it's just growing pain.
We got the west side all sheathed. We gotta cut out the windows and then we can do the house wrap on this side as well. We're gonna have to build some stairs pretty soon. Safety Sally doesn't like the ladder. We're working in the rain. Putting the sheathing up, this last row of sheathing up here on the eave sides in the rain, and well, it's going fairly well. Not too bad. I think we're gonna get this side and then we'll get the other side, and we should have enough time today before we gotta take this back early this morning to get it done.
I've got the whole world at my fingertips. I feel like flying, I feel infinite. I know that we're the kind that think along some other lines, but we'll be fine. Come along now.
Yeah, we're in a little bit of a time crunch. We had a couple more hours this morning before we need to take the lift back, so we are hustling in the rain this morning to try to get this OSB up.
The sky is endless now. We are limitless. We are limitless now. The sky is calling out to me. Some new beginnings with endless.
Did Jules already show you the lights in the garage?
I did not.
They're so cool. Maybe she'll show you those later. But I changed my jacket, it was soaked, and now we just have one last side to do, which is 3 full sheets and a half a sheet. So we should be done in plenty of time to take the lift back before we get like an extra charge or late or something.
Last one's going up.
Last half sheet, and then it's going to be fairly dark in there. It looks a lot darker inside of here now, but I guess that's what you should expect when you seal it all up. We got one last job for the lift here, and that is putting the odor hog on. I will try to put a link to this down in the description below. But what this does is it has a carbon filter inside of it and a rain cap. We're gonna put it on top of our drain for our sewer, and that way it'll stop the odors from coming out. Sometimes the wind here kind of comes down and like settles and is stagnant. We'll even have stagnant air notifications from the Weather Channel. And so that's one of the reasons why wind power doesn't really work good here in the wintertime. But anyway, that stagnant air, sometimes you can smell it. We're gonna cap it.
Ooh, I can smell it up here.
The directions say not to use any glue. You just put it on there, give it a little twist, and your odors go bye-bye. I don't smell nothing anymore. It's good.